Hello and welcome to Tips and Tech with Tiffany. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we're talking about 3 tips to managing your email. 3 tips to managing your email. So I am just going to head over to Facebook and do a quick check. I like to do a check to make sure we are live, the volume is good. Today's topic came in as a question, and I thought it would be absolutely perfect for our show today. So that's what we are going to talk about: is 3 tips for managing your email, and we are good to go on the Facebook page. All right, so the first thing is this, and it's a question for you. Are you using one email address for everything? It's the email you use to opt in for free offers and information. It's the email address you use anytime you fill out a form and have to put in your email. Is it the same email that you use when you're at the store and they ask you, oh, would you like for us to add your email to our list? Or nowadays, they don't even ask. They ask for the email just like they ask for your zip code. So are you using the same email for that? And then are you using that same email for social media? It's your email for Twitter, it's your email for LinkedIn, it's your email for Facebook and Pinterest and Instagram and wherever else social wise you have to put an email address. Are you using all of your ways of getting information from these different places? Are using that same email? If that is the case, then I completely understand why you're overwhelmed with your email inbox. Now, the tips I'm going to share with you today, I want you to take them and make it yours. Personalize it, modify it, whatever works for you. I'm going to take my glasses off because of the glare. I really want you to hear what I'm saying today and not notice the glare so much from the computer. So tip number one is that your email address is not like your home address. Most of us, we have one home address, or maybe you have several home addresses, but in this scenario, you have one home address, main primary residence. You have that one area address, the one home address. So for your email, that does not have to be the case. It's kind of interesting. I'll get, if people are having problems opting into a form, I'll get an email and they're, my email's not working, I'm having a problem. And sometimes you tell people, try a different email address. And in most instances, they'll say, okay. And they'll, go off on another email address, everything's good. But there are rare occasions where someone will come back and say, well, I only have one email address. Email is free. Now, we're talking about email for different uses. For personal, social, professional, you can get email accounts. Gmail is free. Gmail is the number one email I recommend for signing up for things. Now, if you're doing your business, obviously your email address you want to use for business is going to be whatever your domain is. For example, my website is virtualhirehand.com, so there are emails associated with that account. But when I sign up for things, I don't use that email because I want to reserve that email for business instead of having them all piled into one. So the first tip is that your email address is not your primary residence address where you have one. You can have as many emails as you want. You can set up various Gmail accounts for different reasons. This kind of leads into tip number 3, is that to share with you that number 3, let's use Facebook for example, because Facebook, you may be getting a lot of emails and notifications from Facebook about every single thing to your email inbox. I don't use any of my email addresses, my main ones, for Facebook. I have an email address specific for Facebook. And guess what? I don't check it. The purpose of it is for Facebook. So if anything, if somebody's emailing me and they're using, it's coming from Facebook, it's going to an inbox that I don't even check. So I don't see notifications and different things like that related to Facebook that come via email because they go to an email address that I don't check. Now, I realize there are notifications you can stop. That's true. You can go in your settings and stop different emails, but there may be things that you cannot stop from Facebook, and they're, emailing you all these different things. And so one thing you could do is have something like that, an email address that you only use for the purpose of capturing whatever Facebook is sending via email. So that's tip number 3. Your social media emails don't have to be any of the main emails that you check on a regular basis. It's really not necessary. Why? Because when you go to your Facebook page, you can see the comments and notifications and all that stuff. You don't need the email for that, right? When you go to Twitter and Pinterest and Instagram, you don't need the emails from them. Now, for LinkedIn, it may be totally different. Now, LinkedIn does come to one of my email boxes that I check on a regular basis. So that one, just because it works a little differently when it comes to LinkedIn. So that's a little different in how you handle that. But at least now we have some separation. We now have separating our social media emails from our primary account. Now, your primary account, again, is still not one and all, because you still be getting a lot of emails. So maybe you want to have a separate email for where you get newsletters. If you have signed up for a lot of things, you're getting coupons, you're getting newsletters, you're getting offers, you're getting all kinds of stuff, and you're overwhelmed. Tip number 3 is a website called unroll.me. Unroll.me. And what it does is allows you to manage your inbox. You can quickly unsubscribe to things, or you can just have them all grouped together, so that unroll.me sends you an email daily, weekly. They may have a monthly, I'm not sure, but you get to choose the frequency and how often you want to receive it, because the newsletters that you're getting, you may just want to read those at the end of the week or once a week, whenever. So Unroll Me can set it up to where you're only getting those emails once a week. So that's tip number 3, is unrollme.com, so that you can get some type of organization in your inbox and you're not overwhelmed because you're getting so many emails. Unroll.me, and I'll add that in the comments. Let me see. I'm going to add it right now in the comments. This way I don't have to go back and find the exact spot. Unrollme.com. I think it added the link. Did I copy it right? Yeah. It has an interesting link with the .me. But that will help tremendously if you are going to your email and you're like, it's too much, it's crazy. Or if you've been missing my emails. Now, I would love to be on your primary list so you don't miss anything. I actually send out transcriptions of all of the Facebook Live shows here every single week. I send out the replay, and I send out word for word transcription, because some days you want to read, some days you want to watch, and some days you want to listen, or you want to have a quick reference so you can just go back and quickly reference whatever it is I talked about. So 3 quick things to go do now in your email inbox. Number 1 is to decide what's going to be your main email. How are you going to separate the email? And you can have more than one main one. Maybe there's a personal main one, your professional main one. I mean, you can set that up however you want. And if you need a virtual assistant to help you manage your email, let me know. I can recommend someone to you who can help manage your email inbox. That is not a service that we provide through Virtual Hired Hand, but I can recommend someone for you if you have like thousands of emails in your inbox and you're not in a position to select them all and hit delete and start fresh. If you are in a position to select all, hit delete, and start fresh, do that and then separate those emails. The second thing was have an email for your social media, especially Facebook. You may be getting a lot of emails from Facebook or like Twitter. Sometimes I'll get emails from Twitter. So-and-so's follow you now. So-and-so did this. So-and-so did that. I just, it's because it was a setting I forgot to update and change. So I went in and corrected it, stopped it, so I wouldn't keep getting all those emails. I will see all that stuff when I go to Twitter. And then the last thing was unroll.me, and that's where you'll go. You sign in with your email address, you give it permission to access your email account, and it will group your different emails, and then you tell it from there how you want it, whether you're unsubscribing or you're rolling it up to be sent to you as a group of emails daily or weekly or however you like your emails. So I hope that brings some type of organization and order to your inbox so you're not frustrated and not wanting to tear your hair out. And a bonus tip, set up an email that you use when you're shopping, like at stores, and they want to know your email address. And maybe you want to get the coupons from Bath and Body Works. Create an email just for that so it doesn't get mixed in with any business-related emails and things like that. So if you have any questions, any technical questions, post in the comments below. I'd love to help you get more organized so you can enjoy the work that you do, whatever it is that you do, so you can continue enjoying that and you're not overwhelmed. Let's see. Okay, we're still good on time. Today is election day, and that is really where most of our minds are. So this was like a quick interruption from checking out what's on the polls, what's going on in the news, the long lines, and all that good stuff. So anyway, by the time we do our show next week, we'll have a brand new president, and all these crazy commercials will be over, and we'll be on to another interesting challenge and thing. So anyway, thank you so much for watching today, Tips and Tech with Tiffany. I will see you on the Facebook page.